Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Midwood High School Athletics Field. This is Andre Johnson coming to you live from Sage Media Solutions. As you can see, we are getting ready for the creme de la creme, the quadruple A PSAL Championship between number 1 Erasmus Hall and number 2 Tottenville. I think we all know the story, but just in case we don't, E-Hall is going for half a decade of dominance, going for the 5-peat, while the Pirates are looking for their first PSAL championship since 2003. Shout out to SI Advance for that information. Folks, kids at home, you always have to credit your source. Remember that. As we are looking at the 4-time defending champions.
Number 5, Ian Williams. Number 8, Amir Morrow.
Each game, big congratulations to Boys and Girls High School. We're able to take the AAA championship 20-14 in very dramatic fashion. I want to give another congratulations to Springfield Gardens, champions of the A division, and a huge congratulations to South Shore High School, the champions of the AA. Now, we're here for the grand finale.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Remove your hats. The flag is located,
as we'll be doing,
to the left of the bleachers. Please join us.
We'll be going to the national anthem right now.
With the playing of our national anthem.
As hopefully the mic picked up the patented E-Hall chant. It's E-Hall, you know, and the PSL have known nothing but Dutchmen dominance. Let me tell you something. If my bet was on anyone, it would be on this Tottenville team. E-Hall has pretty much breezed past everyone in the division except for Tottenville.
Your referee today is Billy Patton.
that first game on October 21st, the Dutchmen took it 35-21. And it's crazy, as I say, that is the standard the Dutchmen have set. When I say Tottenville was the closest out of anyone in the PSAL to E-Hall. Let's read off some of their results for the season. 59-0, 33-0, 24-7, 35-21, 35-0, 34-0, 40-13, and 41-14. So the Pirates are clearly the top contenders. Tottenville's path to this game was a 50-17 win against Staten Island neighbors New Dorp, a 43-15 win against Abraham Lincoln as they got some revenge from an earlier season loss. And then now they have the Dutchmen in front of them. Dutchmen's path to this game was a 35-7 win over Port Richmond and a 43-12 win over Curtis. I just want to give a huge shout out to Staten Island in general. Port Richmond, Curtis, New Dorp, and Tottenville. 4 teams, 4 of the 8 in the playoffs. And Susan Wagner, so that's 5, excuse me. 5 out of the 8. Brooklyn getting 2, and the lone Bronx was JFK. So a fantastic year for Staten Island. Let's see if they can cap that off with a 4A championship. Looks like Tottenville will kick off first. Back deep for the Dutchman is number 7, Lyric Samuel.
Tottenville won the toss and deferred to the second half.
I was going to call Mr. Samuel a playmaker, but this might be an understatement because E.O. has the playmakers all over the field. I don't think Tottenville is too worried about that tough Staten Island team coming. They know E.O. probably has the updated bomber jacket. They're not too worried about that. As we're ready to go, low kick. That ball's on the ground. Does it stay in bounds? No, it does not. There was a little more pace on that gunner. Probably would have gotten to that. It looks like E.O.'s going to pick it up probably from the 45-yard line, if I'm not mistaken.
First and 10, Dutchmen.
Here, all systems a go here in Sage Media. Should have instant replay going in this game. Just a reminder for everyone at home, the clock on the screen is not the official clock, so that will be at the 41-yard line. The clock on the screen is not the official clock, just as the clock on the scoreboard in the stadium is not the official clock. So at first and 10, Dutchmen change formations, 4 out right. Motions another. Quick throw. It's like a double pass. It's incomplete. Double pass even confused our cameraman. It's going to be 2nd and 10, Dutchmen. Trying to start this 4A championship with a bang. Shouts to everyone watching at home. We have a 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 41-yard line. That's number 10, Kendu Brown. Looked like a false start. Didn't call it. As the Pirates bring him down, and that's number 2, Xavier Foley on a tackle. And that's going to be a 3rd down. If the Pirates are going to make the upset, they got to come early and come often. Definitely cannot sit back in this game. Knowing E-Hall, in the blink of an eye, it could be a touchdown. The Pirates got to stay focused every play as we have a big 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Brown takes the snap. Looks left. Throws left. And that's out of bounds. Great opening possession for the Pirates. In my opinion, the first thing you got to do to defeat E-Hall is to stop the run. Force them to throw. Of course, they have dynamite wide receivers all over the place. But just like I was saying in the last broadcast, if you can't stop the run, there's no chance for you to win. And that's a bad punt! One thing I did not say was it is wet out of here. I'm sure all of you guys can tell. And it's important to play 3 phases of the game. The least appreciated people on the field are sometimes the long snapper and the punter. You only notice them when they make a mistake. And that's going to be 1st and 10 Pirates in E-Hall territory. Handoff to number 4. Great run from number 4 to Sean Bent. As we have about a 2nd and 4. Pirates on the 31-yard line. Tight formation. Another handoff. That looks like that'll be enough for a Tottenville 1st down. When you see teams play against E-Hall, E-Hall usually has such an overwhelming advantage up front, but not against this Tottenville team. Tottenville already coming out and saying we can go toe-to-toe. I thought he had enough for the 1st down. Excuse me, that's going to be a 3rd and 1. Definitely he had enough. But regardless to what I was saying, Tottenville has the personnel up front to go toe-to-toe with E-Hall. That's something E-Hall might not be so used to in the PSAL. 3rd down, and that's number 3, Corey Brown, and he definitely had enough for the 1st down that time. That's going to be a 1st and 10 Tottenville, just outside the red zone on the E-Hall's 24-yard line. Tottenville not even going to the huddle. Brown still in the backfield. Handoff. Another huge hole. Brown still on his feet. Into the red zone. And that's going to be an early timeout, E-Hall, as the Pirates are excited. They are not coming here just to be another runners-up in E-Hall's path. And that's exactly what you want from the top flight football in the city. Some teams might come up to E-Hall already defeated before they even get off the bus. in that first game, it was 14-all at half. Tottenville knows they can go toe-to-toe with this team. The first attempt. Handoff. And again, pushing forward. Elway number 4, Tyshawn Bent.
Let's go, stop everything!
Second and 7. Tottenville. Hurry up. Bounce outside. Gets a lane. And that's Bent again. 3 yards here. Another 3 yards. If anyone play football, they know. All of us have had a coach that has said, if you get 3.5 yards every play, we're going to score a touchdown every time we have the ball. As it is 3rd and 5 for the Pirates. Another handoff. Has a lane in the air. Should have enough for the first down. First and goal, Pirates. That's going to be a first and goal from the 2-yard line. On the ground, the limp, and ready, hand off. And he's in. Touchdown, Tottenville. And they strike first in this quadruple A championship. Going to go to the replay. As you see, as you're only missing the extra point. Handoff. Seals the edge. That's big number 77. We love to give the edge. That's big number 77. We love to give respect to our offensive lineman here. James Mulligan sets the edge. As Tottenville were able to kick the extra point. So our score is 7-0 Tottenville. We're going to reset that clock for you. If this is your first time tuning into Sage Media, usually we like to have the chat open. For our other live streams, we will. For a live stream with so many different people, we're going to have the chat off. You know, I love to interact with everyone who's watching from home. I think that makes us very different from just the regular broadcast. But today, we're going to keep the chat off, and we're just going to enjoy some fantastic football. We have about 900 people tuning in. That was Corey Brown on the touchdown. And the Pirates kick it off. 13 picks it up. Has a lane. But he is down at the 44-yard line. First and 10, Dutchmen.
We run the 44-yard line of Erasmus. Dutchmen start there, first and 10.
As we are hearing the defense chants, as we hear, definitely want to give a big shout out to the Staten Island Hurricanes. I know they are watching from Florida, so hope you guys can hear me. Good luck down there. I know a lot of Tottenville guys come from that program. Big shout out to Jello. You guys are always producing talent for E-Hall and for the Pirates. A big shout out to the Staten Island Hurricanes. Now we're back to action, first and 10. Handoff. Keeps the pile going. That's number 8. We have 2 number 8s, so I'm going to wait to confirm which number 8 that is for E-Hall. And of course, just want to give another shout out to the Brooklyn Chiefs and all the youth programs. If I didn't name you, the Brooklyn Bombers. Big shout outs to both youth, all their youth programs who provide the talent here today. Another handoff. And the Pirates stop them short. Love the energy from number 9. Jesse Malik Jr. As we have another 3rd and long for E-Hall. Ball is on about the 46-yard line. They throw him off. Gonna make it a much more manageable 3rd down. Should bring it to about the 49. That ball will be on the 49-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 4, let's call it. Another handoff. Right through the middle. Still on his feet. Breaks the tackle onto the outside. Still on his feet. And that's a touchdown, Dutchmen. As the Dutchmen get right back into this game. And in the replay, we're going to catch about halfway from number 8's run. You can see going to the outside, cuts in. And there's just nobody home. Easy touchdown for the Dutchmen. They're able to convert the point after. So it is 7-all. We'll try to get the audio fixed on the replay. It might sound a little choppy. Hope you guys can enjoy the replay. We have 6:30 on the clock. Adjust that for you guys. We'll adjust it after this kickoff. Low kick. On the ground. Number 2 does a great job at least getting some yards. That was Xavier Foley. As Tottenville will take a 1st and 10. Ball is on. He got to about the 30. How are the Pirates going to respond? You saw the Dutchmen responded immediately to the Tottenville touchdown. Looks like we got a heavyweight fight. Ball's on the 31-yard line, we'll call it. Handoff. Goes down immediately. Championship games are not about playing pretty football. Championship games are about the result and nothing but that. We have about a 2nd and 8. Another handoff. Eels all over it. Again, that's the number 8. Could have been the number 8 that just scored a touchdown. Well, let's go to the replay. As you can see, Handed off. Number 80 in the backfield. And number 8 on it immediately. We're going to come hot back into the action. Now it's Corey Brown, and it's another same result. It was a third and about 15. And E-Hall make another stop as the Dutchmen choose to be conservative, keep the ball on the ground. And personally, I do like that. It's early. It's wet outside. You don't need to try to throw the ball for the first time in a 3rd and 15. Live to fight another day. Punt the ball, and let's stay in this championship. A lot of time. A lot of swings can happen to end this game. But again, there was a bad punt from E-Hall. Let's see if the Pirates can get their punt off. Good snap. Good kick. End over end. Receive. Number 2. And he goes nowhere. That was Josiah Housecall Andrews on the return. Tottenville was on him. They must have been up on his nickname. That'll be a 1st and 10 Dutchmen.
Let's get it!
I will go out and say it's a very crucial drive for Tottenville. E-Hall just ripped through your defense as E-Hall's already in the Pirates territory. Then hold that ball. They have a 1st down from the 46-yard line. Another handoff going right back to number 8. Goes right up the middle. E-Hall is really beginning to enforce their will on this ball game. This will be a 1st down. Ball's on the 34-yard line. Handoff. Was almost able to kick it out. So that was number 11, Chase Thompson, in on the tackle. And again, number 8. I have 2 number 8s on my roster, so I can't call out the name. I don't want to be wrong. I know there's a number 8. We'll go back to that. 2nd and 10. That was 2nd and 8. There's going to be a 2nd and 3. Tom will definitely have to make sure they play a clean game. They wouldn't have any chance of upsetting the Dutchmen. That ball is now on the 25-yard line. There's an E-Hall chance start. There's a Mira Morrow, number 8, and O'Shane Martin, number 8. So I will go at halftime to try to find out which is which. Another handoff. That's enough for the 1st down. Should be 1st and 10 Dutchmen. As in the first drive of the game, I guess they wanted to see if they could attack Tottenville through the air. And they said, you know what, let's go back to our bread and butter. Keep it simple. The 1st and 10 Dutchmen. Ball is on, right on the 20-yard line. Brown takes snap, hands off. Breaks the tackle, has the edge. That's a great job. Number on that. That's number 23. Azim sheds the blocker, sets the edge, makes the tackle. Could have been a touchdown, but he set the edge there. It's a great job by number 23 for Tottenville. As we have a 2nd and 7. Goes on the 16-yard line. Looking to throw. What's the lyric? Incomplete. That's number 2, Xavier Pulley on the coverage. That's a 3rd down. Big play for Tottenville. Have to imagine it's 2-down territory for E-Hall, especially in this weather. Hands it off. Have penetration in the backfield, and they make the play. Let's go to the replay on that. As we can see, look at that penetration from number 24. Strings him out wide. So number 9, number 0 made the tackle. But I'm going to give that play to number 24 for shooting the gap. Forcing the running back out wide as we now have a 4th down. Huge play. 4th and 11. See if Brown will go to the air. He does. Throws right. And that ball is deflected by number 0 for Tottenville. 1st down, Pirates. Let's go back to see. Motion left. Fake handoff. Brown look left, threw right. But you see number 0 reacts to the man coming out of the backfield and makes a play. And honestly, if that throw was a little more to the left, it could have been a house call for the Pirates. But they'll take 1st and 10. They go back to number 4, to Sean Bent. He goes nowhere there. The 2nd and 10. Game clock does say we're within 1 minute. Could have fixed the clock for you guys. Look at those, a double handoff. Brown still on his feet, up the sideline. Does he have the speed? Yes, sir! Touchdown, Tottenville! That is Corey Brown. We're going to go to the replay after the point after. Got to make sure I respect my kickers out here. That was on a 3rd down, right before the end of the 1st quarter. As the kick is good. Let's go to replay on this. A little late on the replay, but as you can see, it really became a foot race. E-Hall doesn't lose so many of those. But this is Mr. Brown here. He gets into the end zone. Jelly with the layup. Had that score wrong. It's 14-7 Tottenville. Tottenville gets instant payoff from that 4th down stop. Just want to make sure I probably shout out Nicholas Acosta, who made that deflection. There's 19 seconds on the game clock. Corey's 2nd touchdown of the ball game Push kick, someone has to call it. They did call a fair catch. Very good. You can see E-Hall is very well coached. As you can see, a trick, especially at the high school level, is to give a little pooch kick. And a lot of people at the high school level don't know that you can call a fair catch. And if anyone touches you while you're catching it, it's going to be a flag. So very good job from E-Hall. You can see Coach Lamberg has his guys coached up. No surprise for the 4-time champions. This will be a 1st and 10. E-Hall from the 40-yard line. Corey Brown is approaching 100 yards if he's not there already. We have just under 1,300 people in the live stream. Everyone who's at home, staying dry. Thank you for tuning in. Again, this is top flight football in the PSAL. Probably couldn't be any other two teams than Tottenville or E-Hall. Both teams earned their way here. Tottenville is showing they're not here by mistake as they're going toe-to-toe with the 4-time champions. Handoff. Big run there. About a gain of 7. That's probably the last play of the first quarter. Action pack. Can you believe this? Yeah, just like I said, last play of the first quarter. Can you believe that was 1 quarter of action? As our score at the first quarter is Tottenville 14, E-Hall 7. You'll have the ball at the 47-yard line. Remind everyone, this live stream is brought to you by Sage Media Solutions. We're a service to the city, providing live streaming, photography, and videography. Please check out our Instagram. And if you have any business inquiries, check us out at www.sagemediasolutions.com. Again, this is Andre Johnson on the comms, creator and owner of Sage Media. How about that first quarter for Mr. Brown? Tottenville will definitely have a two-headed monster in Tyshawn and Corey. And what I said at the beginning of this game was Tottenville does have the personnel up front to go toe-to-toe with the Dutchmen. We're seeing that, as Tottenville has been able to run the ball very successfully. We have a 2nd and 3. Handoff. And that's stopped by number 11, Chase Thompson. Gonna go to the replay on that. So Chase Thompson, the left end, just gets right through his block, makes the tackle in the backfield. Big loss of yards. So we have a 3rd and 7. Was on about the 46-yard line. Another handoff. Makes it a much more manageable 4th down. He almost gets it on that second effort. Ball's probably on about the 49-yard line. Gonna put that 4th and 1. Can't see E-Hall punting here. Fourth and 1. They stay onside. Looks like E-Hall is looking to change the play. Ball's on the ground. And he falls on it. Ball's on the ground. Picked up. That's number 11 again. What a turn of events. That is Mr. Thompson on the fumble recovery. First down, Tottenville in E-Hall territory. Again, you don't see them, you don't appreciate them until something bad happens. And that, I'm talking about the long snappers or the center. First and 10 for the Pirates. Number 15 calls his own number. Short game. A second and 9. That was Justin McGuire, quarterback. About 10 minutes on the scoreboard clock on the field. Tyshawn in the backfield. Goes right to him. Nice cut. Nice gain. Get about 4 there, I'd call it. Making a third and a manageable. It's 3rd and 6. Tottenville, they could get into the end zone. What would that do to the Dutchman psyche? Right back to Tyshawn. Big gain! Stay on his feet! And that's enough for a Pirate first down. Try to quickly go to the replay. I'll go back if we can't make it. Look at the blocking and the vision. Going back to live ball. Right back to Tyshawn. The helmet on the floor. And in that replay, you just see the blocking from the big men up front. There's a flag for the extracurriculars. So let's see what the call. Personal foul on the Dutchman. That's what I saw on that long run from Tyshawn. It's something we don't see very often. The E-Hall defensive line getting pushed back. Offensive line was able to reset the line of scrimmage, and Tyshawn did the rest. Wait, what was the call? So we saw the refs get point to the Dutchman on the penalty. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a ref mic up here, but wait a minute. That was almost a 30-yard penalty. It was almost like a double personal foul. So it's still second down. It's second about 30. I'll try to see if I can get some clarification at the half, but we all saw on the camera they pointed to a Dutchman personal foul as they try to run a trick play to try to get some yards back. So my apologies, there's a lot of confusion up here in the box. We all saw them point to the Dutchman for that personal foul. But then it ended up being almost like a 30-yard penalty right there. As the ball is on the E-Hall 34, first down is the E-Hall 12. Look at the throw, quick screen. That drive very strangely stalled. If I had to guess, there must have been something that happened after the ref called the penalty, maybe. Again, this is where I would go to the chat, but I definitely saw them point to a personal foul against the Dutchmen. So I'll try to go down and see if I can get some clarification at the half on that goal. That was very strange. Again, got to get a good punt off. Pirates were able to do that the first time. They do it again. Takes a Pirates roll. Number 2 takes it. That's a great punt coverage. That's number 5. Sylvester Tarr. Anytime Josiah Andrews gets the ball, everyone has to be on high alert. As you know, he's one of E-Hall's big play guys. Tottenville has been able to keep him balled up so far. This is going to be a 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line for the Dutchmen. Now look on the play clock, the field clock says 7:21, so we're not too long. Remember, both clocks are not official, but I like to at least stand up and tell you guys how much is on the game clock. So remember, the Pirates will get the ball at half. First and 10, Dutchman. Handoff. Woo! Big number 9 on the big hit. That's Jesse again. So, y'all, what we're watching is 4A football. It's not for the weak. Another handoff. Better gain there for the Dutchman. So it's a 3rd and about 4. Third and 4 for the Dutchman. Clock running. Brown keeps it on the ground. And that's number 24. That's number 24, Matthew Velasquez. Let's go to the replay. Actually didn't have that replay. Sorry about that. We'll get that replay fixed for the next play. That was number 24, Velasquez. High snap. Gets the punt off. Much better than the first punt. Takes a Dutchman roll. Goes about 7 yards. That's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. And I have to call it. I can definitely, my personal opinion, I think you can see Danny Lambert has been in a championship game before. Some people might be asking, come on, why are you so conservative? Why aren't you going to the air? Because he knows, listen, it's wet. We don't want to make the big mistake. It's early. He might be saying, all right, Tottenville has the lead, but watch what we have for you in the second half. For that, they need to get a stop. Good run from Tyjon. Again, championship games are not about looking pretty. They're about winning the game, having to manage it. Of course, there's a ton of emotion. You want the big plays. You want the flashiness. But sometimes, this is what real football is. 2 teams in the trenches going after each other. And that's the false start on That's a false start, definitely on Tottenville. So the ball moved. As the center flips the ball. It's going to be a 2nd and 11. Ball is on the 41-yard line. Clock is moving. Touchdown again. Gets a good gain. Down at about the 44. 3rd and long for the Pirates. If I'm not mistaken, the Pirates haven't gone to the air. They went once on the screen. Let's call it a 3rd and 8. Another handoff. Thought he had a lane. That was a big tackle from number 5, Christian Moore. And again, that's why I didn't want to do it, because there are 2 number 5s in E-Hall. There's a Christian Moore and an Ian Williams. So again, we'll try to get that clarification as we have a big 4th down. It's a 4th and 4. It looks like it's a timeout. No, that is the 4-minute warning. Complete at the 4 minutes. It's a 4th and 4, just about short of midfield. Tottenville offense still on the field. Looks like they're drawing them off. Let's see if they go over and play. Corey Brown. Snap to Brown. That's a big hit, and that's going to be a turnover of downs for the Dutchmen. As we go to the replay. As we go to the replay. I mean, that was just a gang of Dutchmen there. 3 people in on that tackle. It's like the Dutchmen sold out for the run. It paid off. As the Dutchmen, about 3:40 on the clock. Dutchmen have plenty of time to try to tie it up as they take the ball already in Pirate territory at the 49-yard line. Handoff, number 8. Dutchman front 7, showing that they're here to fight in this game. This is 2nd and 7. Was on the 46-yard line. We'll start running the clock now. Just about synced up with the game clock. Handoff. It's a pass. Throws it. It is caught by number 7. And that's going to be our touchdown, Dutchmen. That is big play, Lyric Samuel. Tottenville lulled them, the Dutchmen lulled them to sleep, went right over the top again. Dutchmen looking to convert inside the game. It's good. So it is 14-14. Let's go to the replay here. Brown rolls out right. Throws across his body. But look at big number 7 just going up and making a play. I mean, that could have been an up for anyone. Brown. I love it. I'm not sure if Lurk knows how that happened. Brown going across his body through the middle of the field. And he's just a playmaker. Goes up and makes a play. Does the Jordan shrug into the end zone. We have 1,500 people here enjoying this battle. Big shout out to everyone. I think it's very important just to shout you guys out at home who are watching. Elo kicks it off. Taken by number 5. And he goes right down at the 35-yard line. What more could you ask for on a championship Sunday? The AAA Championship goes down to the last play of the game. PSAL Tottenville, big plays left and right. Mr. Samuel was a little quiet, but he lets his presence be known in this championship game. The handoff to Tashawn. Now look at the face mask. Maybe they say he didn't rip the face mask. I definitely saw the defender's hands go across Tashawn's face mask, but they did not call it. Very important couple downs here for Tottenville. Double handoff. That's Corey Brown on a double handoff. Making it a third and much more manageable. We'll have 3rd and 7. Tottenville switching to play. Handoff to Tyjon. He stopped. Gotta imagine the Pirates will punt here. If I stand up, I see 1:25 on the field clock. We're just a little fast. Pirates offense is still on the field. I can't imagine they would do anything but try to draw the Dutchmen off sides. Way too risky here to go for it, in my opinion. As very surprising. Looked like Tottenville was bleeding out the clock. But not really sure why Ehol wouldn't call a timeout there. They allow Tottenville to bleed it out to the 59 seconds. Y'all had all their timeouts. Kind of strange. But gonna make it 59 seconds in this thriller of a first half. 59 seconds. And doesn't this scoreline look familiar? I shouldn't speak too soon. Again, with the weather, the most underrated man, long snapper, and the punter. You know, the Dutchmen have athletes all over the field. 9 seconds more than enough time for them to take a lead going into the second half. Very important for the Pirates to execute here. Looked like a false start. Didn't call it. Gets the punt off. Very good punt. rolls for the Dutchmen. That went right over Andrew's head. Booming punt.
Let's throw some bombs.
This will be a 1st and 10 for the Dutchmen. You see the Dutchmen can strike quickly. Probably going to go right back to Samuel.
I'm taking this score. I'm going to
In my opinion, I think that Tottenville has played extremely well in this first half, and I would even say they played the better of the two. But again, there's no style points in football. It's only the scoreboard. I think you'll take it from the 26-yard line. Looking to throw. And he's tackled in the backfield by number 23, Azim again. That's the second time calling him out today. As we go to the replay, let's just look at him on the left end. Just blows past the right tackle, makes the tackle in the backfield. Definitely has to put that on his college highlight tape. Great hands on that too. As a defensive lineman, you don't want that offensive lineman to put his hands on you. So you want to be fighting with him. Number 50 was never able to get his hands on 23 as he makes that sack, and that will bring us into the first half action-packed. As our score is 14-14. And again, this is Andre Johnson with Sage Media Solutions. We'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you for watching, everyone. Come back a little hot. Found the Dutchmen. We're ready for second half football. Came in a little hot there. My apologies. They added another 5 minutes to halftime for the Dutchmen. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pirates after that kickoff. Right on the 35-yard line. Handoff. Gets about back to the line of scrimmage. That's Tyshawn Bent. Again, big shout out to SI Live. As I just learned, Tyshawn is only a sophomore, and Mr. Corey Brown is only a freshman, along with Nicholas Acosta. So the three big play guys, Nicholas was the one who made that deflection on the 4th down. Looking to throw. Looking deep. Has a man! And what a play made by the DB. Definitely going to the replay. Give our proper credit. Got a little late on that, unfortunately, but that was big number 21. Shout out to SI Live. Always got to cite your sources. That was a try on the pass deflection. We'll be better on that replay. Another handoff. Tyshawn goes down. We all got to shake off the rust a little bit coming back from that half. Dutchmen definitely make a huge statement. Forcing a quick 3 and out. Dutchmen had a lot of energy coming out at halftime. that's the first bad punt of the day for the Pirates. It takes a very fortunate Tottenville roll. Almost blocked. As Dutchmen will pick it up, 1st and 10. They spotted. 33-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Dutchmen. Dutchmen 2 scores have been after big plays. Cleared Samuel, about a 40-yard touchdown. Another big play on the ground. In the backfield, along with Brown. See how the Dutchmen decide to attack this second half. Ball's on the ground! Ball was on the ground. Looked like a bad snap. Looks like Dutchmen have it. They actually gained yards on that. 2nd and 6. For the handoff. It's a good tackle. Again, that's number 0, Nicholas Acosta, the freshman. Not afraid of the bright lights. As it's a 3rd and 6. For the Dutchmen on the 36-yard line. Receivers right, 1 left. Have the wing back. A little counter action. Breaks it to the outside. That's Morrow. That's one of the few times Tottenville has not set the edge. And that'll be an E-Hall 1st down. Morrow doing a great job there. Staying bounced. They can't. On that counter, they brought a guard and a wingback. Someone on that pulling side has to follow those pullers to stop that counter. And it looks like there's no call. Is there a call? Did I see a flag? Yes, there was a flag. The big goal on the Pirates. As the E-Hall fans are coming alive. I will say, I see a lot more emotion in the Dutchmen than in the first half. The game must have been like, listen, you could really lose this game. Y'all know you already had the 5 feet done. We have to earn this. Brown looking to throw. Going deep. Could it be picked? Yes, it is! That's number 2, Xavier Foley on the interception for Tottenville. Let's go into the replay. Brown fakes, looking right down the field, had a very nice pocket. He said, yo, Mr. Samuel down there somewhere, but so was Mr. Xavier Foley. He's trying to get the crowd going. We're back to action quickly. A lot of excitement there. That was a loss of 2 for the Pirates as they're on the 7-yard line. Another handoff slips. That was Tyshawn Bent. As there is a flag on the field. Didn't see the call there. That penalty was on Erasmus. That looked like it must have been an unsportsmanlike on the Dutchmen, as that's a 15-yard penalty and a first down, Tottenville. All the way on the 24-yard line. That could be a huge momentum swing for the Pirates. Handoff. Short game. Second and 9. Remember, Ehal had them back on the 7-yard line for a second and about 13. That penalty is going to be, let's see how crucial that penalty proves to be. As time keeps it on the ground, no surprise. Did the ref throw? I think it was ruled down. Pretty confident it was ruled down there. There was 7:20 on the clock. I'll let it run it for a bit to catch up, but there is 7:20 and counting. There was third down. Again, third down. And Tottenville catch the Dutchmen. Letting the clock run down to catch up. That makes it a third and manageable. 3rd and 3 from the 32-yard line. Second effort from the sophomore. Let's go to the replay on that. Might have to go back to live action, actually. Sorry about that. Then we want to go back to that big 4th down conversion. Hands to Tyshawn. What a play! From 21 shy. Tyshawn definitely could have had the edge, but it looked like Shy might have came from, I don't want to say the safety position, but he definitely came from deep to make that tackle. Definitely preventing a large play for Tottenville. Both teams are moving fast. 2nd and 11 for the Pirates. Look at the throw. Goes it deep into double coverage. Incomplete. So let's see if we can fit. Let's see if we can fit the replay in now. Both teams moving at a big pace. So this is the 3rd down conversion to Tyshawn. 2 pullers, great vision, takes the contact, stays on his feet, and gets the first down. And now it's the 3rd and 11. That's the freshman this time, Corey Brown. And that was 3rd down. It is a 4th and 8, excuse me. Brown is not able to get it all back. While we have some time, just want to go to the replay for that tackle. Looks like we're not going to get enough time. Don't worry, I'm watching what's happening live. So we have some time. Hands it off. He came from that cornerback position and made a great tackle, number 21, telling him, no, sir. Who would have thought? See the punt? Takes Tottenville bounce. Gotta get the number on the punter. Having a really great game for Tottenville. Same with the long snapper. Gotta give him love, especially out here in this weather. We have a 1st and 10 for the Dutchmen. Field clock says 5:06. We're just about halfway through the 3rd quarter. We have 1,600 people watching right now. Really appreciate you guys supporting Staten Island and Brooklyn high school football. As I just seen another flag, 12 men in which huddle? Must have been 12 men in the huddle. Let's see, who was it on? So it looks like that was 12 men in the huddle on the Pirates. That's going to bring the ball to the 38-yard line. Brown hands it off. Number 26 breaks contained, has a lane. Does he have the foot speed? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Dutchmen. That is number 26, Deshaun Mackins. My records, that is a 62-yard strike. Number 6 for the extra point. And it is good. That will bring our score to 21-14 Dutchmen as they take their first lead in the game. It's going to be a longer replay here. As we see Deshaun to the left. You saw a missed tackle from number 10, missed tackle from number 54. Broken contain. Great block by the receiver. Wow, look at that block on the edge. Fantastic. Another block from number 3. Love the downfield blocking from E. Hall as they make that another huge play for a touchdown. But again, I'm sure Tottenville will look back at that and say, we had him in the backfield. In the backfield turns to 68 yards in a championship game. It just can't happen. Goes up the ground. That's a little bit of lane. Nice return from number 5 there. Now, this is Tottenville's first time being down in this game. How will they react? Will they feel like this is deja vu from the October 21st matchup? Clock says 4:42. Get that caught up, guys. First and 10 from Tottenville. To the freshman. And that's number 11, Caden Brown, as he flexes to the E. Hall faithful. Caden Brown, highly recruited athlete. First time calling his number today. We have a second down. Another handoff. Great lane for Corey Brown. Great job from the big boys up front for the Pirates. Makes it a 3rd and manageable, about a 3rd and 5. Brown to the left. Tried to draw Yale off. They didn't go. It's like an unbalanced right for the Pirates. And they pull another man. The E-Hall already. Number 1 loses his helmet, but that's no problem. We have about a 4th and 4. We're definitely gonna go back to that replay. Something I want to talk about there. As the Pirates are getting ready to punt. So like I was saying before, you see the pullers, but then you see people running after the pullers. The pullers are going to bring you to the play. That's great discipline from the E-Hall front 7 as you have number 1, Jalik Person, saying he doesn't need a helmet to make the play. That's definitely something I want to go back to just to point out to some of the younger viewers, some of the people learning football. Let's go to this punt. High punt this time. Will it be fielded? It will. Fair caught. Fair caught. And again, definitely for some people learning football, if you see a man pulling in front of you, you need to follow him. He's going to bring you to the play. But even on that unbalanced line, you saw how the Pirates had it unbalanced. But again, it was the backside end who made that play. As you saw, Corey tried to cut it back. But because the end followed the puller brought him right to the play. As we have a 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Clock on the field clock says 2:39. Sure, the Dutchmen are thinking, we get it in the end zone here, that could be the knockout punch. See how the Pirates respond. Handoff. Keeps it. Brown with a lot of room up the sideline. First down, Dutchmen. I guess you can see it was coming all game. As you see, Brown's been handing it off all day. 54 goes right to the running back as he pulls it and has so much green in front of him. Can do Brown. Great read option there. You lull them to sleep all game, and you pull it right at the best time. E-Hall is already managing the clock. They're slowing the pace down. Championship football. You have the lead. Let's slow it down. We have confidence that we can keep getting yards. Hands it off to Murrow this time. Murrow staying on his feet. 23 doing a great job. Azim doing a great job staying on him. That was looking like a patented. The E-Hall guy is just too strong, so he's going to bounce it outside. Azim has different ideas. As we have a 2nd and 9. Well, 2nd and 8 actually. Ball is on the Pirates' 44-yard line. Hand off to Moreau. Pulls it. Deflected. But there's a flag. that a hold? That penalty is on the Pirates. I thought I saw holding. Did he point the wrong direction? I'm waiting to see the call. I think he's going to do it again now. Looks like he pointed in the wrong direction, so that is a holding on E-Hall. That's going to make it a second and about 20. That will be the end of the fourth quarter, actually. Oh, excuse me. I definitely just whistled it. I'm trying to get it together over here. I think it's about 10 seconds left. It is second and about 20. Handoff. You all keep it conservative. That should be the last play of the third quarter. Third and 18. Let's call that third and 15. Ball on the E-Hall 43. The on the field clocks. They're putting it back to 3 seconds. It's counting. And there you go. There's the whistle for the end of the third quarter. Our score is Dutchmen 21, Pirates 14. As the fours go up. This game is still hanging in the balance. Again, we have about 1,700 people watching. I want to thank everybody. Sorry about that. Thank everybody for tuning in. 1,700 people watching. These two titans of the PSAL going toe-to-toe with each other. Again, this stream is brought to you by Sage Media Solutions. Please go follow us on Instagram. If you have any business inquiries, please contact us on the website. As it is third and about 16. First down is the Pirates' 35-yard line. Ball's on about the 46. Brown looking to throw. Throws it deep. Wide open. Touchdown, Dutchmen! Is that the knockout punch from Lyric Samuel? Is good. That brings our score to 28-14. Won't have to replay on that one. But let me tell you what I saw. An elite athlete running down the field. No one can keep up with him. Very good throw from Brown. Hit him right in stride. And right now, I would definitely say Lyric Samuel is my Sage Media standout if the record holds, if the score holds here. As the on the field clock says 11:52. The Dutchmen trying to say that they own the fourth quarter. They come out with an immediate strike. And again, that's really crippling for the Pirates as they had it as a 3rd and 16. To give up about a 55-yard touchdown. Let's see if they can come back from that. Ball's on the ground. Two did a great job. That was Xavier Foley. I'm going to say he did a great job just holding on to that. His back was completely turned and he took a shot. As the momentum is all with the Dutchmen. First and 10 for the Pirates. Again, the game is definitely hanging in the balance. In the building, you just feel the momentum is all with the Dutchmen. The Pirates are looking a little flat right now. Let's see if one of their standout underclassmen can throw them a lifeline. Brown had the 82-yard touchdown in the first half. But that's Tyshawn. Goes for a short game. And again, Tottenville has been very effective with the run. But being down 2 scores, they definitely have to keep in mind the clock. The clock is very much against them. It's a 2nd and 10. Handoff. What a play from number 80. That was Thea with the tackle. We're going to stay here and see. This is still quiet. You can hear the Eagle chant. There's a timeout, E-Hall. So let's watch this play. It looked like Tyshawn had the edge there. He's past number 80. And 80 just does a great job reaching his arm out and has enough strength to pull the freshman down, Bethea. His teammates let him know he made an all-star play. Pirates. Those are out wide. There go that man again. There go that man again. There goes another flag. They got a little too excited on that play. As I was saying, the Pirates needed a lifeline. The Dutchmen just handed one to them. That should be a first down, Tottenville. This is 10:43 on the clock. 10:40. That is going to be a first down. Tottenville. A 10:40 on the clock. Handoff. Nice game from Tyshawn. probably about 2 or 3 yards. As Tottenville now is on their own 43-yard line. Second and 8. As the Dutchmen are really starting to impose themselves on this game. Like I said before, Tottenville has had a lot of great yardage on the ground, but now behind in the game, the clock is very much against them. As it's 3rd and 8 for the Pirates. Looking to throw. Complete. That's enough for a Tottenville first down. That is Reginald with the completion. First time calling out Reginald today. And they're now in Dutchman territory on the 45-yard line. Snap. Hand off to Tyshawn. Again, the backside play. That's number 1, Malik Pearson. Chasing from the backside. Again, the younger viewers at home into football. Doesn't matter if the play is going away from you. You need to chase it. You can make that play. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw again. Another great completion. Number 7, Gianni. Justin McGuire starting to air it out a bit. We're going fast. Ball is down on the 34-yard line. Clock is still running. That's a false start. Didn't call it. Stays on his feet. And Brown is in for a Pirate touchdown. Wow. You might have thought the Pirates didn't have an answer, but they go to, again, the star freshman, Corey Brown, for about a 30-yard touchdown. He can do it on the ground. He can have the hands to do it through the air as well. Breaks 2 tackles. Dutchmen trying to make it 1 score. Excuse me, Pirates, as they do. That brings our score 28-21. Dutchmen. So let's go to that replay. Definitely a false start that they did not call. Tottenville will not care. Breaks 2, 3 tackles, 4 tackles, shows the speed in the open field. This is the super freshman. In front of 1,500 people on the live, probably 400 people in the stands. Corey Brown making a name for himself. Just peeked at 1,700. Big shout out to everybody tuning in to again support PSAL football. As there are it's 8:27 on the clock. I'm going to adjust that. Pirates are very much alive in this game. Ball on the ground! It is recovered by the Dutchmen. drama, we have drama, folks. There might have been some Dutchmen fans at home already getting the tweet raised at 5P. Already getting the varsity jacket made. But Mr. Corey Brown has other ideas. As again, we have 8. It's down to 7:40 on the clock now somehow. Yeah, I think the fans are letting them know because the clock kept running. It was 8:20 when I last looked at it. It should be about 8:10. Let's see if they figure it out. So we're going to wait to adjust the clock. Sometimes life just gotta shut up. Let the environment do the talking. What an atmosphere we have at Midwood. This game again is in the balance. 1st and 10 Dutchmen. We're in the backfield, says Pirates. Number 54, Angelo, in the backfield for the big play. Again, this game, championship games, all about momentum. You saw when we went quiet, both fans competing against each other. Tottenville still urging their fans to get louder. 2nd and 10, Dutchmen. Hands off to Moreau. Moreau gets a nice gain there, getting him about 4. A big 3rd down. How many possessions are left in this game? Remember what's on the line. 5P for E. Hall. The first PSAL championship in 20 years for the Pirates. 3rd down. Moreau in the backfield with Brown. Hand it off to Moreau. And he is stopped short. Fourth and 3. Call that 4th and 4. Ball is on the 46-yard line. If I'm not mistaken, I did not see E-Hall change personnel, and no, they did not. E-Hall wants matters in their own hands. 4th and 4. And that's a timeout. Dutchmen. Very good timeout. About 6:01 on the clock. Remember, the clock on the scoreboard and the clock on the scoreboard that you folks at home are seeing and the clock on the scoreboard on the field are not official. But the clock, both clocks are synced up right now. 28-21 in an absolute thriller. And if I put my coaching hat on, if I may, I do love the call for the Dutchmen to stay on the field. You want to know what? If I'm the Dutchmen, we're the 4-time champions. We can get 4 yards here, and if we can't, we're going to stop them. And if we don't stop them, we're going to score. That is the championship pedigree that Danny Lambert has built. And as I say that, it's a punt. Another timeout. This time, timeout Pirates. That's the first timeout of the half. As I was saying that, it looks like E-Hall is going to play the field position game. If I look outside, the rain has stopped. The field is probably still wet. But again, it seems like they're going to go a little more conservative, E-Hall. At first, they did come out in their offense. And now they're still in punt formation. It's number 13, Keenan Grant. Don't have the number on the long snapper, but you guys are the most important people in Flatbush, Brooklyn right now. As it's a fake. And does he get it? It looks like they're going to have, it depends on the spot of the ball. It depends on the spot. From my angle, they need to change. They definitely need to change from my angle. And they rule it, Tottenville ball. There has to be a measurement. Hold on a second. There has to be a measurement. I know there's a lot of excitement. I'm looking down the line. The first down marker is the 49-yard line. And I think there has to be a measurement. It still says fourth down. I'm not sure. We're still trying to see what's happening. The Tottenville offense is on the field. I'm really shocked there's no measurement. Because that's going to be first down, Pirates. First and 10, Pirates. Really shocked there was no measurement there. Handoff to Tyshawn. Has a lane. Does he have the bounce? Great play from number 2. Saya on defense as well. As the on-the-field clock is about 5:34. As Tottenville are now in E-Hall territory on the 44-yard line. Got second and 7. Looking to throw. That is almost intercepted. As it seems like E-Hall knows that Tottenville is not comfortable going down the field. Close to 2,000 people. There's a flag on the field. The late flag. The late flag was the early flag. We're not sure. No, it seems like the flag fell. The flag fell from the official's pocket. So it is 3rd and 7 for Tottenville. Looking to throw. Goes it deep. Out of bounds. Dwyer making a good decision, just throwing it away. We have a 4th and 7. On the field scoreboard says exactly 5 minutes, it seems. Tottenville putting a lot of faith in their defense here. Looks like Tottenville might need a timeout. have enough time, get the snap off. Another booming punt. Is it going into the end zone? Depends on the bounce. And that will be 1st and 10 E-Hall pinned inside their own 10. Again, Cy Andrews definitely a playmaker, but he has to be smart there. It was clearly a poison call. He's got to get away from that ball. Very risky stuff. Definitely was. Danny was definitely tearing his hair out there. So we're gonna call that the 8-yard line. Shout out to SI Live for citing the sources. What else could you ask for in the championship game? The Dutchmen trying to make it 5. The Pirates trying to upset the party. Let's see the real character of these two ball clubs. Looks like they're in a wildcat offense with Andrews. Andrews keeps it. That's a big tackle. As the clock is running, it's like the Dutchmen are going directly to their playmaker. Andrews hasn't really been able to get too much into the game so far, but it put him right at quarterback to affect this game as the ball is on the 14-yard line, 2nd and 4. Andrews keeps it again. Good tackle out there. It's number 2. Xavier Foley had the interception earlier in the first half. That was in the second half. Foley having a good game. Just called out Xavier a few times as we should be getting close to the 4-minute warning. So 3rd and 1. Called 3rd and 1. So is that the 4-minute warning? Pretty sure that's the 4-minute warning. Just don't put your hands up. The ref stopped the game. We're waiting on a call. So unfortunately, we're not sure how much time is on the clock. The refs just stopped the game, didn't put up a hand signal. So the on-the-field clock, the scoreboard clock says 3:12 and counting. 3:12 and counting, 3rd and 1. Andrews keeps it. He has enough for a Dutchman 1st down.
Line up at the 50, y'all.
2:50 and counting on the field scoreboard. Pretty sure the refs missed the 4-minute warning, so I guess we're just going to keep going. Right back to Andrews to ice the game. Andrews and Moreau, a dangerous backfield. Hand off to Moreau. The 24 makes a great play. Matthew Velasquez. As Tottenville, sounds like Tottenville took their first second timeout of the half. The Titans will have one more timeout. That could be a second and long. Ball is on 21-yard line. Shout out to SI Live, cite your sources. 2:15 on the on-field scoreboard. We're going to call it a second and 12. Ball's on the 21-yard line. Again, to set the stage, it's been all about the big plays for E-Hall. Mr. Samuel with 2 touchdowns in this game. And that's answered by 2 touchdowns for Corey Brown. A 4A title on the line. A 5-peat on the line. Erasing a 20-year drought on the line. Keeps it to Andrews. Dancing. And he goes down. And that will be the final timeout for Tottenville. As we have a 3rd and 10, the 23-yard line. We have now just reached the 2K mark. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in, supporting PSAL, and all these young men competing for history out here. Again, just to remind you, this is brought to you by Sage Media Solutions. This is Andre Johnson, creator and owner of Sage Media, coming with the call for you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying. Please follow the Instagram, and if you have any business inquiries, go right to our website. There's 2:05, the 2:05 or 6? We're gonna call it 2:05 on the play on the field clock. Remember, the on the field clock and my clock are not official, so we can only go with what we have. Handoff. He was balled up, but doesn't have enough for the first down, as the first down is the 35-yard line. He's at about the 31-32. 4th down. If you're E-Hall, what are you thinking here? You definitely had the bad punt earlier in the game. Do you punt the ball? Or do you try to get the first down and ice the game? A first down, and that is the 5-peat. Clock will go within a minute. Ball's on the 32-yard line. Timeout, Erasmus. They must have bled the clock as much as they could. Again, what else could you ask for? The AAA Championship, you have boys and girls winning on the last play of the game. Now here, the 4A Championship, the 2 Titans, the 2 heavyweights going blow for blow. I love the character I've seen from the Pirates. We're up the majority of the first half, went down in that second half, came back from a fearless freshman. But will the talent of E-Hall be too much? As I'm seeing 13 Grant coming out to the field. So it looks like they are going to elect to play defense. Tottenville cannot stop the clock. Good punt from Grant. And Tottenville didn't have anyone deep. And that's going to cost them maybe 20 yards of field position. Here we go. On the field clock is 55 seconds. The clock does stop for first downs, but that is it. Tottenville are out of timeouts as the EAL chants begin. Shout out to SI Live, a 53-yard punt. Handoff goes nowhere. As Eagles celebrating, but they need to get on the ball. They should have snapped it. They would have had a free play. Eagle was too busy celebrating. If Tottenville had just snapped it, there would have been at least a free 5 yards or a free play. There are 37 seconds. It will be third down after the spike. Third and about 15. Required to throw. Throws right. Completed. Needs to get it out of bounds. And Reginald gets out of bounds. Great job from McGuire with the patience. Still a long way to go for the Pirates. First and 10, ball's on the 30. Tottenville need to get into the end zone. 27 seconds left on the clock. McGuire looking to throw. And he's brought down. Could that be the game? Can Tottenville get one more play? 15 seconds and counting. They need to spike it. 7 seconds on the field clock. Tottenville's got to be thinking lateral, screens and lateral. A screen and a lateral here. This could be the final play of the 4A Championship. History on the line. Ball snap. McGuire tries to throw it as far as he can. And it's incomplete. Is there any time left? No, there is not. Half a decade of dominance, half a decade of E-Hall. As the 5-peat is complete. Pirates of Tottenville definitely have nothing bow their heads at. They put it all on the line today. Get one score away from upsetting the Dutchmen. But as again, championship pedigree is enough for the Dutchmen. You have to love, even with the excitement of history, the excitement of the championship, both teams coming to the middle to shake hands after a tightly contested battle. Number 5 in a row for E-Hall. standout player of the game definitely goes to Lyric Samuel, number 7 for E-Hall, whose 2 huge catches proved to be the difference in this game. And I wish I could give out 2 awards, because I would absolutely give out another award to number 3, Corey Brown, the freshman. Probably close to 150 total all-purpose yards today. So we will stay on for the trophy ceremony. I am going to sign off here. Thank you for everyone who tuned in all day long. Congratulations to Erasmus Hall for completing their 5-peat. It's been a pleasure delivering this game to you guys today. And again, this is Andre Johnson, Sage Media Solutions, signing out. Please stay tuned, keep watching for the banner and trophy presentation to E-Hall.
Sorry.
Award to the Pirates of Tottenville High School. And now, the 2023 PSAL AAA football champ, the Dutchmen of
Who is that? I can hear you on the broadcast. Happy holidays, everybody. Oh my God. Like I can see us trying to do the Batman championships right now. Like when they were little, all of that, Tony, nice game. Oh my goodness. Congratulations. We got the love. They are all the babies. This is it. Oh my God. That's gonna be us next year, last year. Oh my God. That's gonna be us next year, last year. That's a strange feeling. Last
I'm gonna keep telling me to sit down.
go. Who's the kid?